Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 1, 2, welcome to the More Show, more. Yeah, it's the More Show. Welcome to the More Show, more.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mo Show, Real Talk Tuesday. I ain't played that in a minute. Good to have you, Kelly, as always.
Thank you for having me, Jay. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, no problem at all. Got a few really big topics to talk about tonight, and maybe we could squeeze in a couple small ones, couple laughs, and have a good time as always. So it's been a lot going on this past week since we was last here, and so we gonna cover it. How was your week?
It's hectic. It's still hectic, Jay, but I'm hanging in there. You know how we do.
I hear that. All right.
How was yours?
Hey, same here. Very hectic, but I'm hanging in there. It's all we can do. Definitely. What's up, Samara? How you doing for coming on through? Don't forget to put in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. We got Don Rizzles in the house. Discord Mafia in the building. Ill Woods, what's good?
Ill Woods.
Yeah, be more. Alright, that's what's up.
I think I got my J Moore reviews first tonight. I was like, let me come in here first tonight.
Yeah, you did. You was first in the building. I ain't put it up because you was here, but definitely was first.
Yes.
That's what's up. Definitely appreciate it. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get into it. We have a topic to talk about now, and somebody on Instagram posted this that was very interesting, and I like how they said. Now, this was about Steve Harvey, daughter Lori Harvey, and Michael B. Jordan. They've been a popular couple the last year and a half, and as most of us know, they recently broke up. Now, it may last, it may not last as far as the breakup, but for now, they broke up. She's 25, he's 35, and the reason that they allegedly split up is that he wanted marriage. He wanted a full commitment, and she didn't want that. Now, this is a guy that's voted sexiest man alive. I don't know. Is he a good-looking guy, Kelly? I don't know.
He's not my type, Jay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's not my type, though.
He got a good job.
He got a good job.
He not a bad-looking guy, I wouldn't say.
He's not a bad-looking guy.
Okay. He not old. It ain't like he's 55. He's just 35. It is a 10-year difference, but she's 25, so she ain't a kid.
And she in the industry. So that's not an average 25-year-old.
That's true. So she's probably grew up kind of advanced. And
she sees more things.
Exactly. And so what more could she be looking for? Now, before we get into that, Kendall, thank you so much for the super chat. I don't get a lot of super chats, but when I do, it is very, very much appreciated. And Kendall does come through. Yeah, definitely Kendall comes through. She said, what up, Jay and Kelly Lee and everyone in the chat. Thank you.
Thanks for the super chat.
Definitely. I'll play a quick little video right quick, and then I'll read this post.
You got to use my face, Jay, so we could do on Tuesdays a double team videos.
I know, right? I'm going to end up doing that. That's a good idea. There we go. Kendall spreading the love. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Oh, exactly. Spreading love. I appreciate it. All right. Now, I'm going to read this post, and I really relate to this. So here it go.
Okay.
So this person said, I saw this post the other day. I actually have talked to this guy before. I am Leonard Harmon, cool guy. I saw this post the other day with the original person who posted it, but of course someone else tried to post it like they posted it first. All right. This is what he really is saying. Y'all are confusing. I guess he talking about ladies. He said, when Michael B. Jordan was doing the most and giving Lori the world, y'all was like, goals, lock. That's a real man. Strength. He knows her worth. You know, king, cash, all that stuff. But then she denies his marriage proposal. Stop. And y'all are okay with that? So you are cool with a woman getting the treatment of a wife, being courted and loved like one, but if she isn't ready to commit her life, then he should just accept it? That's toxic, 100. Michael B. Jordan was in it for what's real, and she was in it for the attention. Don't be narrow-minded, ladies. If you raised your son to be this type of man and this happened to him, y'all would feel some type of way. Lori Harvey just created a whole savage. The only thing I'm not sure about is that she was in it for the attention. Now, you being a mother of a young son, and what this post say, he was doing the most and trying to do everything he could for her. What happened? What do you think about this? And is it that he was too nice to her?
So I do believe that I of course, yes, I have a son, and I would not want somebody who is not serious about my son to be opportunistic, you know what I mean, and take all that he has to offer, all his coin, his little coin, and and violate his affection. I don't think anyone's affection should be violated, and this just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, okay, so like Savannah's saying, a publicity stunt. The sad thing about it is that we can't even believe anything out now because it could all be attached to publicity stunt. Even though from what I just read, he could have been wanting to fix his image and being with a black woman, and she probably wanted to fix her image being with some sort of wholesome guy. So it could be, for all we know, because she's been around.
He's not normally with black women? I don't know.
So they said he had a reputation of frequenting, being around white women a lot. That had seemed to be his preference prior to her. So it could be a publicity stunt, but I mean, I just don't know. But even if we take it for what it is, Jay, I ain't beat for that. I'm not beat for it from a female to a man and a man to a woman, but it's bad when that reputation goes out. So good men don't really want to treat us good because of examples like this.
Yeah, let me read this comment.
Wifey and don't want to be wifey. Stop it.
That's a good point.
Diddy, if that be the case. He ain't the marrying type.
Why you sipping on that tea over there? All right, Miss Jocelyn said they both used each other to boost their careers. Neither wanted to get married, especially Lori. They were not even compatible. Okay.
Well, I don't think he needed to boost with her to boost anything.
That's true.
The boost that was gotten was her. You know what I mean? What did he need her to help boost in any way?
Okay. And Jocelyn said Lori wasn't used to a gentle. She loved bad boys. Younger women, sometimes women don't grow out of it, but younger women don't really appreciate a good guy that's really there trying to do all these things for them. They may think he's boring or corny, and then when they get older, that's when women realize, damn, I messed up. all these bad dudes, they did this, did that, played me, treated me this way, cheated. I had a good one, you know. So
it's really sad, Jay. It's really, really sad because if he really did genuinely love her, the guy is right. He could have created a savage. Hopefully, he maintains being a man who knows what he wants and knows how to treat his woman, and that this doesn't spoil it.
Yeah, because this is how I can relate to this. So when I was younger, it was this girl. I really, really liked this girl a lot. And I would try to pick her up. We would go places, do everything. And she never really would give me the same type of care and love. And when I finally got it out of her, you know, why and what was the problem, she said I was too nice. She said I was too nice. Now, at this time, I'm like 16, 17.
Oh, okay. Puppy love.
I wasn't, but she said I was too nice. And so then I stopped being so nice where it made it seem that way. And then ladies like you more, it seemed. Not saying I was turning into... Not to say I turned into Ike Turner or something like that. Now, that's one extreme to the next.
Right.
But trying to do whatever she say or whenever she said and all this stuff, I mean, that was a big mistake. And at least she didn't use me and take advantage of me, because it could have got bad if she made me do certain things or whatever the case may be, you know, took advantage of that. Even if she didn't know she was doing it, I'm glad that didn't happen.
Right.
So when he say it may have turned him into a savage, I may not say it to that extreme of a savage, but if he was all ready for marriage, this, that, and the other, and trying to do that, the next women that he is encountering, he probably smash and grab, you know what I'm saying? He ain't doing all of that. His mind ain't probably even on that level, because in a way it's like a protection. He trying to protect himself from being hurt or let down. So he's probably thinking, nope, all I'm doing is hit it and quit it. It may be one person that he comes across that really wanted that type of love and attention, and he won't give it to him because he got hurt by this situation. Yeah.
Right. Which I totally understand, and I hope that he's, you know, I guess cemented enough within his life at this moment where that's not going to affect him. But a year and a half is a long time, Jay, if you are really investing pure and genuine feelings to be let down by somebody who don't want the bigger picture. You know what I mean? That's a long time, because, I mean, I'm sure he must have hinted marriage from before.
Right.
Because if you're at that point, shouldn't you know what? You know what, Jay? That was a question I wanted us to talk about. How does a man know? Or even
I was just about to say this, actually.
When he wants it. Jay, we on the same page.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to finish to tell you a little bit about that. So, women had a biological clock of baby, whereas a man, you could say biological clock is settled down at around maybe 35 to 40. Because now he's gotten all that out of his system of partying or many different women or a couple of different relationships, and now he knows exactly what he's looking for. Most men that I've known and stuff, between 30, your mid-30s, 33 to 40, 43, you trying to possibly settle down, get married. You've had fun in your 20s. You've experienced this, that, and the other. You know what you're looking for. You know who you are now. And you're ready to settle down. Normally, you have a few things if you're really doing something with yourself by then. A car, a house, a good job, something. You're somewhat established, but you're still not, entrenched in your establishment. Now you want to grow with somebody.
Right.
And so I know that's how me and a lot of my friends were feeling at around that age. Because you don't want to be the old guy in the club still thinking you got it, or, chasing a bunch of young girls all your life. Because you got to spend money now because you a little more established than they are or something, So that's where it normally happens with guys in my experience. Whereas women actually want to settle down and get married around 25, actually, in my experience, or 23. Now, maybe it's...
No, Jay. No, Jay.
Well, black women don't, but if you look at a lot of white women, they're already married. They get married in college. See, they get married before they have babies, whereas most black women already got a kid by 23, 25, but they ain't married, though. They working backwards. You see what I'm saying? But most white women that I would come across, they be married at like 21.
Okay. All right. I will, I'll take that because I see how that works. Yes.
Yeah, so, I think a person, if you're ready to have a baby, you should get married first, but...
Right, we would want it to be that way. Our culture is a little bit, like you pointed out, it's backwards. It's backwards, just period. I ain't going to try to make excuses.
Right.
And yeah, you should want to. And I think that I just feel, if this is true, that's very unfortunate. That would happen to him. It's really unfortunate when somebody's putting out their pure feelings, and it's hard for these men to make this commitment within itself these days. So, come on.
Yeah. I mean, the way everybody works these days is they treat everybody and everything as disposable. They'll throw you away or walk out on you before they'll actually talk something out or tell you how they feel. I'd rather just walk out and leave you or ghost you or lose your number in a heartbeat.
And that's big these days, Jay. That's to me, like, I was talking to my sister about that, right? It's just so easy, this cancel culture, as it threads into our relationships with our loved ones, our family members, whomever. And it's just so easy now to be like, whatever, the ghost is real. You know what I mean? And they don't care about, I shouldn't say don't care, but maybe invest in pushing through, understanding, reasoning, working things out in a relationship to see where it could go. It's frick that, I got my shit going on, blah, 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 and I'm out.
Right. These young people don't know how to talk. Anytime it's a conversation that may be a little difficult, they think it's an argument, so they avoid it. They don't even know how to talk. Sometimes you need to have difficult conversations with someone you care about or love. That's part of life. Every conversation ain't a comedy show or all giggles and superficial.
Yes,
but those difficult
icing has to come on the cake. It's just not icing alone. It has to have a base, right? So you gotta have the cake before the icing.
Right. Difficult conversations bring understanding
and growth.
Exactly. Either I know where you coming from and I'm gonna be able to make adjustments, or we both know that this ain't gonna work, or that you tried to tell me or explain this and I wasn't able to get it. So now we know why things don't work out, or vice versa. Things could work out. But if a person has all these feelings pent up for weeks or months or years and don't say anything and then explode on somebody, I mean, that's on them more than the other person, because you never talked it out. You never gave that person a chance to resolve those issues, apologize, maybe correct it, anything.
Yeah.
That's whether male or female, young, old, friends, whatever the case may be, communication is the key. And if you're talking to someone else about your problems with another person, that's a mistake, because that other person cannot help you resolve that issue with that person. Whether it's a friend, a loved one, family member. If I'm talking to you, Kelly, about a problem I got with somebody else here, and I never tell that other person, How am I going to get that? Even if you tell me other advice, if I'm just trying stuff on that person and don't tell them, it's always not going to get the desired result, you know.
Jay, I had an experience with that, and it taught me a very hard lesson. Talk to the person that you're involved with. Talk to your significant other. Talk to your loved one. You have to talk it out, because as you just said, you said the right thing. The minute you start talking to other people and that's where the conversation stops, you could already call your relationship doomed. Because there's no communication, no understanding, and then we can't grow. We can't reason, we can't grow.
Yeah, whether it's a friendship, relationship, whatever the case may be. My one of my favorite people, Karen, I ain't seen you in a while. You must have been very busy. I know you're a teacher getting these young minds ready for the world. Thank you so much for the super chat. She came, definitely, she came with some words of wisdom. Do not marry unless you are ready. Life happens. That is very true. And at least they did not have kids and bring them into this world with two people that don't really want to be with. Exactly. And Steve Harvey made a good point. At least they're not married, and then it doesn't work out. And now they got, you know, court and financial, you know, consequences. So definitely. Jocelyn said, men really move on first to the next, but the truth will show if she was really into him. Now that they're over, who will she run to? Okay.
Well, she's young, right? She's young, and I think that the only thing that would have been wrong is if she knew he was serious and she allowed it to go as far as it did. If he never brought it up and now he's bringing it up and she's like, this is really not what I want, then, I mean, it's the right thing happened. You know what I mean? Because she is younger, she may not want marriage. She just probably wanted a nice relationship. But like the guy in the post said, don't try to play the wifey if you ain't ready to be it. You say you want this man, you say you want security, you say you want this, you say you want that, and when you get it, what do you really want? You want the perks,
right?
Or you want a loving relationship?
Or maybe she wasn't ready to. She didn't know he was ready to do that. Maybe.
Right. So, and if he said, "Okay, fine, this is what I want to do now," she has a right to say, "I don't want marriage right now. I thought things were going fine."
That's true. That's true.
You know.
Shout out to Kendall. This is a great question. She says, so Jay, I've heard men say, I knew from the moment I met her that she was the one. Is that true? That's a great question.
Yes.
And I do think that is true. It can be true, but not all the time.
Come on, Jay. Give it to us, Jay.
So
we want to know.
If I was to put a percentage, wow, that's hard to put a percentage. I would say maybe 20%, maybe.
No, from
20% that is true. And I would say it like this. That she was the one that I would marry, maybe, I don't know. I think that's about 20%. Because that's, so guys, of course, are more visual than a lady. So we would say, oh, she's fine, or I like her a lot, or whatever. But from that first moment, if that man, I say 20%, because if you're in that zone, I was saying, of your 30s to 40s, where you in settled down mode, then your mind is already thinking differently, and you may see her because you already are looking for somebody to settle down with. And then you see that woman and you see, you know, what she's about. And that's where it will come into that. I've saw somebody where I was in that mode, in that zone, and I was thinking that, you know, all the things that I liked. And I said, I felt that way. It didn't happen because we didn't get married, but
so you
but
think that
I did
men
think that
have
way.
To be in that mode, and that allows them to look at the woman in that type of way? Because
from
if
the
he's
first time,
mode, then does it matter?
Well, that's from the moment I met her is the key.
Okay.
So if I first met you and I was thinking I'm going to marry this woman, I think they in that mode already and they met you. Now, normally I may say, oh, I really like her or I'm really feeling her. And then, like some of my lasting relationships, I didn't think we was going to be together like that. I thought I liked her and I want to get to know her in a biblical way. No, I'm just... But, you know...
For research purposes.
For research purposes. No, but, you know, I like her or whatever the case. And then as you start to spend so much time with each other, you grow those feelings more and more. And then next thing you know, you're together more. And it's, you know, a couple. And now you have stronger feelings. But from that first moment, you kind of got to be already in that zone a little bit looking. And then if you are in that zone, then there you go. I can see that
maybe
happen.
The twinkle in her eye is just a twinkle in her eye, right?
What was that? Passing me by?
Yeah.
You ain't think I knew,
Yes.
She keep on passing me by. Passing me by.
Yes.
Come on now, that's my generation right there now.
Well, Jay, that's our generation.
That's right. Jeff Ingram, what's good, brother? He said, that's right, Jay. See? And of course, every guy...
Y'all need to talk to us because, you know, we need to hear you guys' opinions so that we're not caught up into this. Let's bring in the word, Jay. We're not caught up into the bangarang. You understand? We're hearing all of this stuff from all these jaded people. We want the juice.
There you go. And I'm glad to have you so guys can hear from a lady's perspective what really may be going on. So right. Jocelyn said, yes, I knew my husband was the one when I first saw him. 26 years of faithfulness. Then came a dirty skirt and it was over. Damn.
Oh, a dirty skirt.
Maybe some lady was helping him change a flat tire. And he said, well, since you helped me on the road with the flat tire, allow me to take this dirty skirt to the dry cleaners. It's the least I could do for you. And then he been working so hard, he forgot, and you found it. And before he could explain, ladies jumped to conclusions.
That's not how it happened, Jay. I can tell you that's not how it happened. That ain't how her skirt got dirty.
That was a good story, huh?
I like it. Now you gonna have them putting it in their back pocket.
Good one, Jay. No, lady, look, baby, them panties are not what you think. Look, I was sweating, I was jogging. The lady said, baby, that sweat gonna get in your eye. It's dangerous. Let me make you a headband. I said, okay. She was being a good Samaritan. I didn't know. I thought she was a nurse. So I said, take the panties, tie them tight around here so that the sweat don't drip in my eye. Because you know sweat is salt. It is salty. It could have burnt my eye. I might have needed...
about you.
I mean, hey... You know, she was worried about my eyesight, baby. That's all. She was protecting it so I could continue to see you. That's all I'm saying. For research purposes. Mm-hmm. And so, man, I was so tired after jogging. I forgot them sweaty panties was on my head, and I just threw them down in the bed when I went to sleep. Mm-hmm. That's how they got there.
I'm sure.
I come up.
Tie you up with those dirty panties.
I come up with some good ones, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. No fancy shirt. No, I forgot I even wore that shirt. I guess I'm gonna have to start putting on some fancy shirts since you guys, everybody like it.
We'll get coordinated next week.
Yeah, Kelly actually asked me that before we started. She like, where the shirt? I'm like, oh, snap. I done forgot.
Mm-hmm. But we got on gray. We got on gray today.
There you go. There you go. Kendall, that's the story of the sweaty panties, baby. I swear. That's all. It was nothing, no funny business. Come on. I don't have funny business. Straight, serious business. Nothing funny. I'm saying she was protecting my eye because, you know, I wanted to maintain 20/20 vision because I only got eyes for you, baby.
Oh gosh, I'm done.
Shy girl said Jay a low-key player.
Low-key, please.
I said, baby, hey, lady, please help me. Give me something to protect my eye. I want to be able to lay these eyes on only my lady for the rest of my life. That's it.
Terrible.
So she gave me her bra. I did not know. I forgot. Okay, I really forgot. It was hot outside. I thought it was actually very helpful because the elastic. Now I see how those things work because it really stuck on my head.
Your eyebrows don't work, right? Your eyebrows don't work, no boy. First it was her skirt, now her panty, and then what had happened was the elastic from her bra. It made more sense.
Well, let me tell you, it was a hell of a workout. You know, I didn't expect it, you know. I think I might have lost some weight on this one, like, for real.
Y'all put ourselves in a hole, boy.
Right. Gotta be creative, fellas. Take it from me. It works every time. Nah, I'm just playing.
Look, Savannah egging you on. I'm done.
All right.
For the streets, exactly.
Stay for the streets. Jocelyn said, what age is marriage now? Because everyone is breaking up and divorcing. Look at the celebrities after 20 years. Celebrities a bad example, though.
Yeah.
They live a fast life.
Not conducive to monogamy and long-term, you know, faithful, committed relationships. That lifestyle is nuts, you know.
Yeah, celebrities or something.
I want to know the answer. Like, what age is what's good with marriage now? Because is marriage played out, Jay?
The society will say yes, but I would say it shouldn't be. I think marriage is a beautiful thing, and more valuable than people put value into it nowadays.
I agree.
Yeah, but I would not say it is an exact age to put, for marriage. For example,
people don't even want marriage like that anymore. When you hear them talking, marriage is, I just don't hear about marriage anymore. I hear about all the other things. I hear about, the gender reveals. I hear about the elaborate baby showers, which bugs me out because it's like, you could have took that money but anyway, but okay. You hear about all the other things, but you don't hear about marriage on that level.
Yeah,
really
because...
When was the last time you heard about, you heard all the hooplas about a wedding?
That's true. I mean, like I said, society is trying to
break up the home.
Break up everything the order that was put in place. Let's just say that for life. Whatever, was put in order is all getting flipped. And you could go down the list on that. I ain't going to try to get too deep in that. But you all that's listening know what I mean. So that's part of the order that was put in place. A man and a woman should get married before they do a lot of things or, to live life together. And all of that stuff has been put into society, American society, at least Western society, that is all played out, unnecessary, and probably why we have so many problems that we have now. Not that that's the only solution, but if you have a man and a wife, I mean, a man and a woman get married, then have kids, and they raise the child together, chances are that child won't run the streets or be able to turn on one of the parents or go and shoot up these schools, drugs, crime. You got a 2-parent household. If you look at the statistics, they're pretty low for all the bad things that can happen to a person. And the statistics are pretty high for all the good things that can happen. And of course, bad and good still happens in all the other things. Right. But you increase your chances if you do things a certain way, is all I'm saying. And
right, because you're not running away from responsibility. So it promotes you working through problematic situations like you were saying before, right? Because that commitment in a marriage, it creates just a foundation for working through everything and not having the ability to escape responsibility. You know what I mean? So, of course, that's going to translate to raising your children and to, you know, promoting good stuff in the family.
Yeah, but, I mean, 2 heads is better than 1. The 2 parents working together.
2 heads that are equally yoked. Be on the same mission, be fighting for the same goal. We gonna make magic happen. You know what I mean?
That's true. Definitely.
Jay, don't get the Trini out of me tonight. I see you looking.
I can hear the bangarang slipping out of there. That equally yoked. You say,
yes.
Damian Kenny say, I think younger generation do want the requirements of marriage, communication, commitment, and planning. Those take too much time for some. So I think people are impatient. Some
they
people
want quick fixes.
Yeah. And they want like a microwave relationship. Let's skip all that. Let's bust, uglies, bump uglies. And then if we had a good time, let's see how it works. Whereas you should see how if you equally yoked first before you scramble some eggs,
I like that, Jay.
And so people is, doing it backwards. And next thing you know, you got high mileage on your vehicle. And, your trade-in value may be compromised. So
that's what they were saying about this young girl here, the Lori Harvey. You know what I mean? From here, the track record ain't, And then you find this guy who appears to be wholesome, I guess, and wants to do right by you, and but I'm going to say it again. If it happens that she was not ready for marriage, I think it is right that they broke up.
Right. I will say this. I want to move on to the next topic before we go, but this will probably keep us for another minute. But African American women, so women born in America that are black, are taught that I don't need a man. I'm a strong black woman. I could do this, I could do that. Yeah, it would be nice, but I don't need it. So they're some of the last people in the world to get married, whereas women from other cultures or backgrounds, even if they are black, will probably get married before they will because it's their culture. For example, even Cardi B got married at a young age. She's only, 25?
I don't know how old she is.
Yeah, how old is Cardi B, y'all? She can't be that old. I thought she was in her 30s, but somebody corrected me a few weeks ago, saying...
Gina's gonna let us know.
Mm-hmm. My Gina.
I'm not sure, but right. So, yes, I agree. Different cultures do look at the family demographic differently. And
and their parents were a good example of being married. They grow up in a married household, and they want the same thing.
Right.
Kendall say around 28.
Okay.
And how long has Cardi B been married? I know at least a year or 2.
Years.
Yeah, so she got married around the same age as Lori Harvey. I mean,
right. So the
not that she should follow one another. You do what you want to do. I'm just saying, she had that mindset.
So Jay, I'll tell you this, right? Because we want to move on, right? And this part, we'll talk about Lori Harvey's mom and what I think about that. We'll take that to Discord.
Okay. And
because I think that influence has a lot to do with her not really being ready to settle down with the good guy, because her mom, sure, Steve Harvey was 3rd round pick.
Right. I was going to say I'm not sure, but aren't some of these daughters Steve Harvey's stepdaughter, or is that his biological daughter?
No, the steps.
Okay.
Yeah, those are his bonus kids, according to Pretty Girl. I like when she said that, so I use
bonus
it now.
Kids.
Yep. Those are the bonus ones. Yes, you get the bonus parents and the bonus kids.
That's true.
Right.
So we'll talk about that. And Tamika's Den is right. Marriage isn't for everyone, but I'm saying if you want to be in a serious relationship with someone, then you should probably get married. That's my opinion, and I think, you're living the married life. Now, if you want to be
with the full commitment,
right?
You have to start normalizing the full commitment is a beautiful thing, so that we could change this mind frame of ghosting. I'm out of here. I ain't beat for that no more. Yeah, no.
You already going with an easy out, pretty much. You're not really. That's why you right, the full commitment. Because if we are together, some people are together 10 years with kids, lived together them 10 years, never got married. Why not?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You live in the married life. You really are married. But
common law, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into living in sin and all that, because everybody will say, well, the Bible ain't for everybody and this and that, even though it is. But anyway,
right.
If that's how they feel, that is their option. But you really are living the married life. If either one of you slept with somebody else, the other one would be mad. They would be hurt. Yeah.
You live in that life. And I think that, like I said, we should talk about that. The commitment is fine. It's a beautiful thing. And you don't give up. You don't just give up on somebody just like that. Like, you could meet somebody and they could be beautiful to you, and the person just gives up on the first time that you eat with your mouth open. Well, the food could have been hot. You know what I mean? At least let me know, like, oh, my bad.
Right.
From now on, you know what I mean?
And that goes back to
ghost me. We can't talk. We can't do anything. We need to normalize that marriage is beautiful, and working towards that commitment is a beautiful thing. You get so much benefits and pluses from it.
Yeah.
Why are we running away from it?
That's true. And that go back to how people treat people so disposable nowadays. It's really ugly.
That's it, Jay. That's it. People treat people disposable. That's normal now, and that's not good.
Yeah. Tamika said, yeah, I agree with what you're saying, but I know couples that have been together more than 20 years and don't want to get married. But they are married, though, is the thing.
They are married. At that point, they are married.
Like, what would have changed in their relationship?
Why would they not want to legalize it and bind the thing? What, if it ain't broke, don't fix it?
Right. What if one of them got health problems and they need a spouse or somebody to make decisions on their life? Well, they're not married. They might not even be able to make decisions or help.
Right, Jay. You
know,
can't come to the hospital. Are you family? Are you spouse? No, but we've been together for 20 years. Excuse me, stand outside, sir.
Right. Or if something tragic happens and somebody passes unexpectedly, you could have left benefits or a will or their pension. You can't get that pension and take care of your kids. That person gonna take care of you guys' kids because you weren't married.
Right.
So, it's a lot of things. That's why the LGBTQ community fought for marriage so hard, because there's other benefits that come with living with that spouse, when you have technicality of marriage.
Protecting the family.
Right,
in more
right.
ways than one, right? Protection of that family is crucial when you get to a mature space in mind. You know what I mean?
Right. And of course, you're right. It's people that get together and it ended horrible. Nothing is guaranteed. You never know.
Right.
You know,
Right.
but if they've been together 20 years, chances are if they go and get married, they're not going to decide to break up. You know
they
what
say
I mean?
some people say that ruins it, but I don't believe that. But I believe in taking, securing the family. And at that point, it's your responsibility to secure the family.
Right. Definitely. Damian, Kenny, I agree with you. For the most part, of course, you always can find an exception, but we talking about the majority of people. He says the independent woman is a fallacy. Everyone wants some form of human companionship, and I don't think it's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's true. Yeah, as well as men.
Right.
So,
human companionship being the key in his phrase, right?
Right.
And we need it. We cannot do it alone. We just can't. First of all, we're not put here. It wasn't just Adam. So the fact that we are here, that means we can't do it alone.
Right. We here for each other.
You saw what the pandemic was doing to people?
Wow.
They were losing their minds being segregated from everyone else, right?
Definitely.
People needed that human interaction. They needed touch. You saw people being afraid to hug, naturally just hug another person. And they were going through withdrawal from that, Jay. So that within itself shows you we need one another.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. All right. With that being said, let's get on to the next one. World War Z. World War D. L. Monique and DL. Nuclear. Okay. He had to eviscerate Monique after she weaponized his daughter's trauma. He said, why don't you leave room in your mouth for the food you love so much? Damn.
Let me have a
I know, right? That was hot.
This tea, not tea. Mm-hmm.
Right. That was fire right there. That was hot. That was a hot take. So he's firing back with that.
He deserves it, Jay.
She does. Monique has taken it to another level and he cleared it up. She said that he didn't stand up for his daughter when a man sexually assaulted her. And how can his wife... He did say he regretted, but he cleared it up, though, and saying... Plus, she added, how could his wife suck the ding-ding of a coward? Like, what? But he cleared it up and said, actually, it was no man involved. His daughter and the person were 13 years old apiece. And that's why he didn't understand what happened at the time, because he thought they were both kids. But that's why he said he regretted after he learned more information. Right, for taking that stand. It's not that he had a grown man friend do something to his daughter and she told him and he didn't take it into account because she paints it as he wants to believe his friend more than his daughter. Okay, and he had to come for her for saying that, and even his daughters came for her. So
as a woman, Jay, that is absolutely unacceptable. No woman, especially as a woman to a child, in regards to the age difference between her and his daughter, right? No woman is supposed to use that in an attack. Point blank and period. That's a victim, right?
Right.
Who may not necessarily be a victim anymore because some women want to celebrate them getting over traumatic experiences, right? But that is an ultimate violation on a young woman, on women who have suffered the same situation, violation, I should say, right? How dare you as an older woman bring something like that into an argument? But clearly, she has no friggin' lid. She don't know how to control herself because you went after and emasculated this dude when the promoters put him on last. They didn't even give you the props to say, oh, no, she was the headliner, so you went on carrying on when the promoters had the last say and they put the headliner on. They knew what they were doing, and she knew her beef was with them, but clearly she cantankerous. Sorry, Jay.
I like how you said that, though. Your little Trinity accent came out.
Yes, she is. She's a hot mess and a half.
Yeah, and Corey Holcomb, you think D.L. Hughley went nuclear. He erased her, and she ain't have nothing to say because Corey would have came back too hard.
She did say, she was like, I don't have nothing towards Corey. Corey's going to be Corey.
Right.
Because she knew he don't have no lid. He don't care.
Facts.
So that was some smoke she wasn't ready for.
Now let me ask you about this. Monique is a grown ass woman, good and grown, 54 years old.
Good and grown.
Good and grown. Now I can understand maybe some women may say this during sexual activities, calling their man daddy. But she calls her husband, they are married, right? She calls him daddy all the time. What say you about this?
What to rile me up? You want to rile me up, Jay?
Hey, I'm just trying to see what is that about? And a lot of people are saying, including DL, that you listening to your daddy, but you paying him. So really, he a kid, he a child, because you taking care of him. He went in on her, and a lot of people are saying that he's behind her, putting the battery in her back to have her self-destruct again. I don't know. This is all allegedly.
That doesn't make sense. If she's paying him, then he needs her to continue making money. This is just throwing her off the precipice. She don't have no. What's gonna happen to her now?
But everybody is saying he a bad manager. So
her only chance right now is 50, and I mean, she can't afford to ruffle them feathers because his petty is unlike any other. So I don't know what's going to happen with her, but that's not helping the husband. And remember, we had a discussion once in Discord about my perspective on women calling men daddy. I think that comes from some sort of trauma, whether it is acknowledged or unbeknownst to women, because I could never look at another man and call him daddy. I know my father. You know what I mean? It don't even sound right coming out of my mouth. I couldn't even fathom to say that. And there has to be some sort of glitch or issue with her calling her husband daddy. Also a man that you happen to take care of. Something's really wrong with that equation. And I am giving room for your personal preference because, people are entitled to that. However, in my opinion, there's a massive glitch there.
Yeah, like I said, I could see in sexual contact, maybe you may say some things, but you're in a mode right there. She's doing it.
You calling your husband your daddy, the parental title of all titles. If you only get 2 of them in life, you know what I mean? Are you nuts?
Yeah, that's crazy. Shout out to Kendall with the Barry. With the Barry reference, she out here burning bridges like Kusano. And he done burnt every bridge in town, didn't he? He couldn't work for 30 years. He burned so many bridges.
Jay, I don't mind burning bridges, because sometimes you got to take a stand. I'm all about people who take stands for what they believe in. So if you got to burn that, light that sucker up. However, what she doing is a whole different ballgame.
Right.
What she's doing is a whole different ball game. From what I gather, the problem was initially with the promoter. They they wanted to get these 2 big artists in the comedy world, and they did what they had to do. And promoters often do stuff like that.
That's true.
But this right here, you come out and you emasculating this man. Oh, you wilding out, sweetie. And then you disrespecting women at the same time, talking about his wife. What's she doing? No. This is the quote of the 2022. Keep my family name out your
right.
mouth.
For you get smacked. You ain't lying. Man, I don't know what she's doing, why she's doing this, but she definitely is not helping her career. And she's at the point now where she probably has one last chance at resurrecting her career, and that's with 50 Cent and BMF. What you think gonna happen with that? Huh?
Yeah, that's her last chance, because after this, she has nothing else. I wouldn't see anybody who would take the chance to work with her, because she's reckless in the mouth. And you can't trust what she's going to say. And apparently, she holds things so close to her sleeve that she did, at any point is going to come out.
And but, she don't wear sleeves. So,
oh gosh, she don't wear sleeves. She don't got no sleeves on.
That's why everything coming out.
I heard on somebody's interview, and they said apparently she had been on his talk show, and someone, I guess one of the hosts, had asked her what would she prefer, her husband being with a guy or another somebody, some of the insinuation, and she was pissed off from then. So she walked with that anxiety or whatever, that anger as well in the show. That contributed, I guess, to her spaz. But you now get the break that you wanted all this time.
Right.
Why carry on in such a manner right now? You just got what you've been wanting, with newfound validation. What's going on with you?
Yeah. Wow. And in the comedy world, yes, you could have a great hit, but it's all about what you're doing now. And even DL said, why are you still trying to live off the queens of comedy when that was 20 years ago? Like, who does that? Like, it's what are you doing now? Who are you now? He said, I was on the kings of comedy. I still ain't trying to live off that. You don't hear me bringing that up all the time. And you keep bringing up that award. Why you ain't doing something now is the key.
Right.
Nah,
I always thought that she could have, plugged the fact that she had the sitcom. You know what I mean? I thought the sitcom was a big thing for her, which she never ever talks about.
Right. She does.
She has accolades, so I always found it strange. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe that was a personal goal. People like to talk about things as personal to them. I don't know.
Yeah, support gaming. Man, this is a great question. Yes. Very funny. He said, would I have Monique on a podcast with you? Yes, I would.
She didn't like the cantankerousness.
Yes, I would. I was actually thinking about that when I was reading some of this stuff. I would like to talk to her to see what was going on and stuff. But, I mean, she probably wouldn't come on my platform. But that's why we need to get them subs up. Don't forget to subscribe. No.
Subscribe.
But I would have her, because you know me, I'd have been kept it straight up, asked her stuff. We could have talked, figured something out. Maybe not figure something out, but I would like to have her and talk to her. I mean, in the end, I don't really have nothing to lose like that. I mean, on a podcast, what she going? She can't. Yeah, she can't bring me down like that. Not that she brought him down.
Great conversationalist, right? Until she says some crazy shit, and you gotta, wild out on her, okay? Because you can tell right now she's a ticking time bomb. So you would be going good, and then she flipped the frick out on you, and then what happens after that? You know, back in the days they had the colorful lines when the TV signed off.
The little rainbow line. I know, right?
She's a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, you never know.
Clearly.
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows? So
do you think D.L. Hughley is handling it right?
I do, because he hasn't taken it to the dirty level that she has. But he has taken it to a level to let her know, I'm not playing with you no more. Chill. Okay. Like, keep my family out your mouth. All of this for a contract? Really? And that was what your whole set was about? You showed up late, and you thought that he said that this is one of the things they do in the business when you the headliner. I don't know about this because I ain't on their level, not even close. But he said you'll try to delay until they ask one of the other people to just go on. But he said that didn't happen. They told her to go on, or he was going to go on, and that would have been the end of the show. So she went on, and her entire set was about him, Steve Harvey, and the contract, and his dog, and all kind of stuff. And I don't know about the dog part, because that was kind of weird from what he said. His father passed away, and they got a dog, and named the dog after his father, and he said that way he always got his father with him. If I pass, don't name me after your dog and say I'm still with you. What? I ain't reincarnated. But if that's what helps him to deal with the grief and the loss.
So why are you bringing up those personal things?
Right.
Why are you taking those personal digs? Like,
that's still a wound that you picking
so
at.
It was so uncalled for in every way.
Right.
But so, okay, let me ask you something. Didn't she want to be recognized again? Didn't she want to come back into the industry? What, is this the hill you want to die on?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, she was complaining so hard about being blacklisted and everything. You reading the comment? I'll just put the comment up here. See, you got her wanting some Jamaican food up here. Jamaica me hungry, man. Shy girl.
What you gonna get? Some curry goat or oxtail?
Boy, you got me wanting some of that goat. Hey, what you got on the goat? Let me eat a piece of that goat with some rice and peas. You want rice and peas, plantain? Okay now, hey man, you got it, Irie. But no, she definitely was complaining with Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels and Oprah and all of them about she had wanted to get back in the industry and they did her wrong, and now she has her chance, and this is what she's doing, unfortunately. And I like Monique, but I think that she's self-destructive right now.
This behavior is unacceptable, Jay.
Yeah, nobody I have seen on social media or anywhere saying they ride with Monique. Everybody in the comments, put a 1M if you think Monique is right. And put a 2M if you think Monique is out of pocket.
Out of pocket.
Because I'll be surprised if she gets more than a couple people that riding with her, because she took it too far.
She's getting no one. She's getting no one thus far. And I listened to Corey. My gosh. That was awful.
Corey, man, he from Chicago, man. When we had to go in, we go in. And
listen, he's awful. And I've been following him for a while. But he's oh gosh, he's awful.
Right. You saw when I had to...
She didn't want that smoke, Jay.
And you know when I had to go in on somebody, you gotta, that Chicago gonna come out, man. You gonna take them down. Finish them. So, hey, she should have kept it about the contracts. I mean, that was getting played out, so she kept going lower and lower. Forget that Michelle Obama go high. We go high, they go low. No. They go low, we getting the shovel, we going deep, real low, underground. She talked about his dog. Even if you don't agree with that, it's about his father and the loss of a loved one, a parent.
Exactly, the loss of a parent. Clearly, there's some strong attachment there that you would even say, I'm going to name the dog after my dad. So I just, she's like you said, she's out of pocket. This thing is unacceptable behavior as far as I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm. Savannah asked you make some jerk pork.
I don't eat pork, Savannah, but I can do the jerk.
That carrot juice. Curry goat, you want that curry goat, dear? You want curry goat, dear? Dear.
Yes.
You want that curry goat over there?
Mm-hmm. Where's Jimmy? Is Jimmy here? You know Jimmy got issues with the goat.
Jimmy better get on that goat. I'm gonna buy some tomorrow. I'm gonna take my mom out to get some goat tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
That'd be nice, Jay.
Heck yeah. I'm about to go get that goat. Give me that goat, rice and peas.
Sweet meat, Jay.
You know what I'm saying? Get a little bit of, jerk chicken. You want that jerk? We got that jerk. Give me a couple beef patties. Yeah, we about to eat good tomorrow. You ain't lying, shy girl. You gave me a damn idea. Got me over here hungry right now. If my mom watching tomorrow, we gonna go to the jerk spot. The only problem is they don't really have good Jamaican food here. One spot is good, but they curry goat is not right. But they beef patties are perfect, but they want $4 a patty, which that's too damn much for a patty. They should be $2.
Listen, everything's inflated now, Jay.
That's true.
Every single thing is inflated now.
That is true. Just like Monique's ego.
Hey.
But-um-bump. But-um-bump. Boom.
Yes.
Jocelyn said, what does goat taste like? Delicioso.
It's delicioso, yes. It tastes like it's in the beef family. It's really nice. You need
tastes
to
like
get
beef
some,
stew.
Jocelyn.
Yeah, it tastes similar to like beef stew texture.
Right. Just curry it, or you could stew it. I was just about to say, Jay, you know, the
Oxtail.
the Costa Rican and the Panamanians, they stew up that goat, so you can get that too.
Yeah, see, Americans, especially black Americans, are not used to goat on the menu here. You know, growing up in Chicago, it's a restaurant from everybody. You can get some Vietnamese food, Korean, barbecue, Mexican, Hispanic, Jamaican. Yeah, you know, so I done ate almost everybody's little cuisines at one point in time. Indian with all they spicy ass food, burning you alive.
$6 a patty? My goodness.
Wow. That is robbery. It ain't nothing but
because
damn.
They know you're gonna pay for it. That's why. Because
that's robbery.
You're gonna get a beef patty.
Yeah, is that in Chicago, Shy Girl? Because that's a robbery. A beef patty ain't nothing but beef inside of a damn pie crust.
I gotta find out how much beef patties are over here.
My mom can make some. Shoot, I should have her make them, but I don't like my mom.
You know, I'm gonna come at you with that homemade patties.
To go with my cake and cookies.
Homemade patties.
Right, yeah. Damien Kitty said the Jamaican restaurant owner, what the blue clot? You know, we're on the inflation.
Listen, you know, like a medium oxtail? A medium oxtail, I think, is $15 to $20. Like a large oxtail is like $30 here. I'm not even
You talking about not cooked, right?
No, cooked with rice and peas. The large dinner is like $30. I'm telling you.
It's like $10 here.
Oh,
actually, it ain't like even 10.
It's like
$8. Plate. Oh no, it's like $8.
No, Jay, that means you're not talking about the same thing I'm talking about. There's no way.
I'm about to pull up the menu right now.
I'm moving there tomorrow.
Hey, I will say, and that's up because it used to be about $5 or $6. Prices here are cheaper.
Jay, no way.
I'm pulling up the menu now.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Now,
Jay.
this is my place that I like a lot more, but their price, and this, a lot of people think every Jamaican dude is dark skinned, but they do have Jamaicans that look like me.
Yes.
Hey, this dude right here, 7, he got one of the strongest Jamaican accents I ever seen. I like how this picture's moving like this.
I like it too. Wow.
That's dope.
Yes.
This is a little small Jamaican spot. Let's see. Where's their menu? This brought
There's
up
no way you're talking about oxtail for under $10. Not even a small, Jay.
Yeah, mama. Where's the menu? It said menu on here, but it ain't showing one. I'm gonna have to find their menu, because let's see. Alright, patties of Jamaica. This is they patties. They patties are very tasty, but they are not the thick, darker brown pie crust with the indentations that seal it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. So it more looks like an authentic, maybe homemade patty.
Yeah, he makes these fresh, homemade.
I was about to say he probably right. Okay, so he makes them. Okay.
Yeah, definitely make them homemade. It is fire. The Blue Lagoon is the place that got the ones that are thick and good. They the ones that want $4 or $5 a patty. But they jerk chicken, I mean, they curry goat is not right. You know, the curry goat should be like a light greenish a little bit. Although he make his a little soupier and not as thick.
More gravy. You know, we love gravy, Jay.
I do. Gravy. That's why I always tell them, put it on top the rice and peas.
Yes.
You gotta put it on top. Don't put that shit on the side. Put it on the top of the rice and peas.
I want it all over. Please and thank you.
For real. Here go menu. Let's see what they got. Look, curry chicken, $4.
That's what, Jay? Is this small?
Yeah, it's a half of you know, a styrofoam tray.
Yes.
So it's half of one, but it's nothing else with it. So you got to get the rice and peas separate.
Oh, you have to add.
So that's $2. $2 for rice and peas. So $6 total. And I tell them to fill up the whole thing, and that's only $12 to fill up a whole white styrofoam thing. The chicken breast $3.50, leg quarters $3.50. You get 4 wings $3.
No, Jay.
They good, man. He don't even have the whatchamacallit on here.
Are you kidding me?
This stuff be cheap. I'm gonna see Blue Lagoon. They more expensive.
$30 for large. $30 for large. First of all, they don't sell small. It's only medium. So it's between $15 to $30 that you could get oxtail for. Wow. Curry goat, just a little cheaper.
This is the one that's a little more expensive. So 6-piece jerk wings, $7. A 10-piece, $10. The patties, they $3.95. I told you, folk, you get 3 of them for $10.95. Island Trio, you get jerk chicken, coconut curry chicken, and fricasseed chicken with rice and beans and one side, plantains, vegetables, all this stuff for $15.
What?
Ocho Rios double, $13.95. Jerk chicken salad, $10.95. Jerk salmon salad, $11.95. And these are high prices for here. And this is a full meal. This is like a real full thing. It go a jerk boneless.
Dinner entree.
Yeah. What? Yep, they go a jerk chicken, $12.95. They ain't even show the curry. Oh. Curry goat. You could add it in there, $2 more. Or the oxtails, $2 more.
What?
Yep. I will be there. I hope I put y'all on to some grub on the end.
Done. $15 in Chicago?
I know, right?
That's Rihanna dad is light skinned.
Yeah, right. Tamika said, y'all making me hungry. I know, right?
Yes, Tamika, you gotta get it.
Truth be told, said y'all, you and her, y'all coming over here to move in. Hey,
that's baby sis, Jay. We okay. Tomorrow.
I got room. Come on through.
Listen, we were looking at the houses. Yes, Jay.
You sell out your New York house and you move here, you'd be a millionaire and live like one.
Was showing her, Jay. I was like, Jay was telling me. Believe it.
Yeah. This is Indianapolis. I moved from Chicago a few years ago, and I've been living in Indianapolis And although it ain't Chicago, the amount of money that you save and the things you can get for your money is way more than in Chicago. And I'm only 3 hours away from Chicago, so, you know, you can always go back 3 to 4 hours depending on how you drive and do some things. I do want to move back.
Jay.
Yeah, I might move back to Chicago just because of the acting stuff. It'll be closer, but we'll see. It's not only, we'll see what the cards have stored for me. So, you know, Savannah said, I like dumplings aki.
Yes, that's nice.
Dumplings aki.
Like breakfast.
Right.
Breakfast.
No, hell no, Shy Girl. I ain't living in the GI. Gary is a no. It ain't even no restaurants in Gary. Just tumbleweeds and violence. That's all they got is violence. And
Jimmy was telling us about Gary in Discord. That was crazy.
yeah, you do not want to go to GI. When I was younger and went to GI with a friend, and we was supposed to be seeing these ladies, because ladies will get you to do anything. We up here driving all the way here for these girls. Man, we got into it. Well, I was downstairs, but my boy came down. He looked like that. And man, we gotta go, man. Everybody shooting, man. I'm like, what the hell happened to your face?
Oh my God.
His lip was out, his cheek was out to here. He got Krizaked. I'm like, damn. Gary,
don't belong there.
Nah, they didn't want him taking them girls, them GI girls. And shoot, we ain't really want them. We were just young and didn't know what we was doing, didn't want to go. But yeah, they ain't got nothing to lose. So, at all.
So you know what that means. Stay away.
Right. Well, everybody, I appreciate y'all for coming. Let's see how many people put in the hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. We only got 10 entries. I guess there's no Cash App giveaway today. We got to get at least 25.
Tell a friend to come through on Tuesdays.
That's right. You got to have at least 25 Cash App. Hashtag JAYMOOREREVIEWS. And I will do a $10 Cash App giveaway. So, don't forget, we got 45 people up in here. Only 10 of y'all. Everybody got the chance to put it in 3 times on YouTube.
JAYMOOREREVIEWS.
There we go. I'm trying to spread love.
Hello. It's the Brooklyn way.
There we go. You know what I'm saying? From Brooklyn to Sleepyville.
There we go.
Where it's cheap. But,
yes, cheap.
Definitely is affordable. And insurance, car insurance, home insurance, all that stuff is really cheap here. But if you want to live the fast life and party and go all these things, then it ain't going to be happening. Although people still find a way to get in some trouble. If you want to find a way to do stuff, you will find a way, but
no matter where you at.
That's right. But it ain't the big city if that's where you coming from. Thank you, Samara. She said this was a dope live. Thank you, Kelly, for making it a dope live.
Thanks, Jay, for having me. Jay, you know what? From now on, we starting to ask Jay all the questions we want to ask these guys. Jay is going to be our designated go-to guy.
Sound good. And
that's what's going to happen. So send him the questions that y'all want him to answer, because I know all of us ladies, we want to get into the man's mind. You know what I mean? And Jay going to give it to us.
There you go. And fellas, the questions you've been wanting to ask the ladies and you wasn't sure how to do it, send them my way, because Kelly going to answer them. And we gonna get to the bottom of some of the things and what women want. Mel Gibson couldn't figure it out, But we gonna figure it out. We gonna find out what the women want. Kelly gonna break it down. She don't come with the bangarang.
No bangarang.
Definitely. Miss Jocelyn, I want to wish you a speedy recovery. She says she'll be back in 2 weeks. She having retinal eye surgery.
Take care.
Definitely. And also, listen to the podcast. You don't have to see. You can still hear. Maybe make you have a smile or two. You always welcome.
Safe recovery, and just take your time and let it do what it do. Don't rush it. You know what I mean? Because the eyes are sensitive, you know? So don't rush to get back into stuff. Just take your time. All will be well.
Right. Last question I'm going to answer, and it's a good one. One of the things, so Savannah said, what would you ask Monique if she was on? That's a really good question. Mm-hmm. What I would probably say to Monique, one of the questions I would ask her is, what's going on with all the hostility? Why are you getting so down and dirty with what you saying? Mm-hmm. You know, why are you taking it to a personal level? What happened? What made you feel that was the right approach? And
in a professional forum, you give it personal dates, right? That's a good question, Jay. Good question.
Got my thinking cap on like Stranger Things up in here.
Good question, yes.
Yeah, why are you going so low? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Well, with that being said, everybody, I want y'all to have a good evening.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through, as always. Thanks for all the super chat. I appreciate it. Definitely need all the little help I can get. Mm-hmm. Spreading love. Hey. I'm going to have to make some with me and Kelly next.
Yeah, Jay. Mm-hmm.
Sound good. Guys, whatever questions you've been wanting to know about the ladies and what make them tick, be prepared for next week. And hey, depending on how it go, we may even start having some people come up and ask some questions live. So
that would be really nice, Jay.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
There you go.
Pull up.
Let's go. Let's get it popping. Let's get at least 100 people up in here. You know. So a lot of people may watch the replay. Let's watch it live. Let's have some fun. You know, ladies, whatever you want to know, I'm going to try to answer to the best of my ability. Mm-hmm. And hell, we may even have it where everybody could come up and have a laugh or two and have a nice little rotation. So
it'll be nice, Jay.
Definitely. All right. Till the same time next week, next Tuesday at 10. Peace.
Peace.
Be safe, and we out of here.
Later, guys.
Deuces.